Drop a bomb.
Back with a vengeance. KG's back with an entrance. Big up to those in attendance.
Look at that.
Reds come together like Tetris. No rules, this one's reckless. KG, this one's crazy.
You're too lucky that.
None can compare with the KG Don. Better take cover when he drops that.
Bomb.
Going on reckless, trust it's on. It's that time when he drops that.
Bomb. I said drop a bomb, Dad.
Soundboard working.
This guy, look at this guy. After he told me to go live, and then his camera's doing a madness. Did you see
No,
that?
I'm just saying, what's my stance, bro? What's my stance?
What's your stance? Let's say it.
I'm not gonna say it, bro. I'm not gonna say it, but
I hear that one loud and clear, bro. I ain't gonna say it, but
yeah.
I see it. I feel
I cannot jinx it. I cannot jinx it.
Not even speak of that. Let's not even speak of that, guys. Hello, people. Welcome to another episode of the Reckless Roundtable. Listen, I'm joined here today by Reedy, Peter, and Leon. Again, just a little roundtable. You know, we just had to get the people together to discuss what was going on this morning. And to be honest with you, I don't really understand what the fuss is about, if I'm being quite honest. Like, I heard KG and Amanda all beefing this morning over how long we're going to give these new signings. And if I'm being serious, you know what? I do want to get into the conversation, but if I'm being quite honest with you, I don't know why it is a conversation in the first place. I need to know what this panel thinks. I want to know what you people think in the comments as well. We might take a couple of callers in towards the end of the show just to get a couple of opinions opposing ours, maybe, if you have any opposing opinions. But let's get to the show first of all. Guys, Riri, Peter, Leon, welcome to the show. How you guys been?
Big up.
I'm good, bro. I'm feeling quite excited, bro. It's like it's moving. It's what, you know, when you're hearing stuff and it's like, I don't want to get too excited. Even the other day, I kind of try. I restrained myself, kind of, but I see KG's post, and I was like, I just had to comment something, just like a little subliminal, just to let the people know that it might be coming.
Don't let KG get you excited, bro. Don't let KG be the one to get you excited, fam. Yeah, let's just pause on that one first of all. Yeah. Second of all, I get the excitement a little bit, yeah, when it comes to this team, yeah, and where what we're building, yeah. But actually, let me bring this question to Peter to introduce you to the show as well, yeah. What do you think that means for this manager moving forward and the team that he's building right now? Does it mount expectation on him or what?
bro, if he gets the three signings up top, yeah, Victor Gyökeres, Mbuemo, and Cunha is already there. No excuses, bro. Like, top four minimum. Top four and I don't care, bro. I'm Amorim in, you know, but if 200 million,
that's the thing.
attacking line, bro. He got.
That's the reason why I'm thinking, like, why are you saying top four minimum if you're Amorim in? Surely you must want to free up some space for him to.
So I should not have high expectations. I should say top 10 with 80 GA this season. I should say combined. I should say top 10, like some people are saying here.
I'm just
the scholars, you know. The scholars said.
Bit of a
the scholars said there everything is on Amorim. So they're saying this. Everything is on Amorim, and they're expecting top 6. Why?
To be fair, if we go back to last season, yeah, realistically,
read that question.
Go to Riri.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was on a call.
Nah.
My bad. I had to take a call. The last thing I heard is Peter saying top 4, and you were like, if you hammer him in, why would you say top 4? That's the last thing I heard. So bear with me. I didn't hear because then Peter said, why would I say top 10? And that's the last thing I heard. Like that's the last thing. So I don't know.
Where we was anyway, to be
What was
honest.
the question you asked, Joe?
That's roughly where we were. Well,
okay.
To be fair,
all right. So then I didn't miss much. For me, I'm realistic. Going from 15 to top 4 might be a little bit too much to ask.
Why?
I would say in the top 6. Like I would like that area. If we get Europa again, or well, based on how they're going with these 1, 2, 6, right? If we get 5, we still might hit Champions League. So, I wouldn't say top 4. I know there's a bunch of people out there that's saying if he gets his signings like Mbeumo, Gokares, we already got Cunha, he has to get top 4. I wouldn't put that on him. I wouldn't put that on him.
But don't you said
that on him because there's other managers that had crazy signings and didn't make top 4 their first year or 2 in the Prem. So,
do you know what? Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I wasn't even.
But Joe,
manager much. Yeah, but all right, just 1 second. I wasn't supposed to be focusing on the manager.
I wanted to ask something, but
go on. You first, and then I'll move it on. You first.
Okay, so no one expected us to come to finish top 4. Well, this season we finished 15th, but who expected us from 3rd 2 seasons ago to be 15, 16, 17 this season? It's the same.
But that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, realistically, what was everyone's expectations last season? Before the whole debacle that we went through, realistically, everyone was still thinking minimum is going to be top 6, and that's with the side that we had. So I'm thinking
top 4.
Yeah, so even if you say top 4, Peter, no one's expected us to finish below 6, right?
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, so if you then kind of look at the signings that let's say potentially going to happen, I've got the right to feel optimistic. I've got the right to not overzealous. Yeah, I'm not saying those words in terms of that's. But when you think about what that could look like in terms of 1 game a week, more time on the training ground, whatever, less pressure on us because there's no Europe. I'm saying things might fall into our favor. You never know. There's teams who are now, let's talk about, forget Chelsea, but let's say Man City, they're going to have less time in pre-season because they're playing in this dead out tournament. And I'm only saying dead tournament because we're not in it, but dead tournament, yeah? So who knows? I'm not saying those words, but I feel if this happens, the optimism is bright to say that, who's to say that we can't have one of them seasons where it's like, hold on, they've just come from there to be there. So, like Riri said, yeah, top 6, and if 5th place is enough to get in the Champions League, that's an excellent season moving forward to kind of say, okay, now we could build on that. But I'm just feeling like, I don't want to kind of. It needs to be optimistic, and I'm feeling it again. But then once again, these things have to happen. Is set in stone before it can be there, because at the moment it's still not done.
It depends on the signings.
100%.
Yeah, that's what I said. If we get the signings that we're linked with, right? If we get the signings that we're linked with, and we get rid of the deadwood that we have, right? Because we have to get rid of the deadwood that we have also. Some of them. Currently we have 4 that's left. Four first teamers. First teamers that left today. If I read correctly, with just Tom Heaton being like in negotiations, but they don't even know if that'll be a thing, right? I would say on top of that 4, we need to move on like 6 more, right?
Still
and if we do that, the 6, Sancho, Rashford, Garnacho,
I say Casemiro.
Casemiro. Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Right. That's what. Yeah. So Okay. So I'm at Casemiro, right?
Casemiro.
Hopefully Luke Shaw
Yeah, that's a definite that we need to move on. But yeah,
and Rasmus. So
I don't think Luke Shaw is leaving. You know?
Hey, boy.
Your part. So you know what? Yeah, the thing is, when you said that it all depends on the signings. Yeah, I was going to use that as a segue.
And if you want to throw in a wish there, a Make-A-Wish Foundation, Onana.
Oh, good. Listen, that goes without saying. If I'm being honest with you, yeah. But see what you were saying there, Peter, about it depends on the signings. Yeah. Now, the signings is what I wanted to talk about moving into next season. Yeah, because I know that we need to get rid of the likes of Rashford, Sancho, Onana, all those guys that you just said. Yeah, Riri. But the people that we're bringing in, are we gonna fall short again by doing the same thing what we've done with all the other players? Obviously, we're buying first teamers. Yeah, we're buying first teamers, starters right now. They need to be ready made for the Premier League. It looks like what we're aiming for. Yeah. These guys have to hit the ground running. And when I say have to hit the ground running, they have to achieve things for Amram straight away. There cannot be no, oh my God, this guy's building something. We don't need any of those type of players anymore. Yeah. So if we get the front three that we're hoping to get in Mbeumo, Gyökeres, and Cunha, how much time are you giving those guys to settle in to this Manchester United side?
It depends when are we signing them.
This is like, but go on. Whoever wants to take the floor, take the floor.
It depends when are we signing. Like if you sign Gyökeres in August, you need to give him like 2 or 3 weeks. But if we sign him before the preseason, it's game week 1. I don't care. Cunha played in the Premier League. How many seasons? 3. Mbeumo played in the Premier League. Played in a Championship. So he's 4 or 5 years in England, adapted to the pace of the game, adapted to the physicality. I want them to click ASAP. I don't care. I want, the first 3 games. I want a light Sunderland. I want who else? West Ham. I want, those easy opponents.
Nice running. Nice.
Yeah. Build up the confidence. Remember when Arsenal, when what was the Ten Hag's first season? They had the first 8 games. They were absolutely rubbish, like rubbish teams. And then they came to Old Trafford, lost. But the confidence was there. They played 8 games. They won 8 games. The confidence was there. They were confident to come to Old Trafford and beat us for the first time in how many years? They couldn't because, heritage. But you need the confidence to start building up. 8 games, let's say 8 games, 5 wins.
This guy, every time that happens, I think his camera actually messes up.
Nah, bro.
The timing of that. So, do you know what? Yeah, this is the thing, though. Yeah, I'm not the biggest backer of Amorim. Everybody knows that. Yeah. So when it comes out of someone like yours, mouth, that's why it makes me shocked, bro. Yeah, you're one of the biggest Amorim backer. You got him behind your back right now. Yeah, and it's like you're giving him, I feel, these high expectations that he's bringing in have to just you know what I mean. Look, no pauses. Yeah, look, you know exactly what I mean. The way that you've backed him has been nothing short of actually,
like you'd back Ten Hag.
A real fan, like I backed Ten Hag. Yeah, a real fan of the situation and what he's got going on. Yeah, now for you to give him such high expectations and the players that he's bringing in. Yeah, because the players that he's bringing in now, you're telling me that they have to hit the ground running game week 1.
Game week 1. Uno.
Bro, I understand you say that about Cunha and Mbeumo, but Gyökeres, you don't know.
How? He's a striker, bro. He already played 3 seasons in that system.
If all of them, knows. So 2 weeks in, if 2 weeks into like 3 game weeks in, so let's go to 4 game weeks even, yeah, 4 game weeks, and None of them have scored goals. Are you done? Are you done with
How,
them?
bro? How?
Man.
Like they're not.
I just asked a question. If they've not scored for 4 games, someone else scored the goals. Who knows?
So our
Someone
main
else-
strikers, yeah. So let's say Euro scores, bro. What are you talking about? Like our main guys up top, not scoring a goal in 4 games.
I'm just asking a
Then we
question.
need to dissolve the club. Dissolve the club, bro. I'm not expecting nothing. I'm expecting the club to be.
What if Gyökeres, just him, the other 2 score goals, but he doesn't because he's still adapting.
Listen,
to
if
the
we're
team?
winning, I don't care who scores. If we win,
You just said they all have to hit the ground running. Okay, let me ask someone else. Let's move
but
it on. Let's
but
move
listen,
on.
they can contribute to the wins. I don't care who's scoring. They can contribute to the wins. Like 2 assists, 1 assist there. He gets 2 assists. He gets 1 assist. Bro, what the fuck is this, bro?
You know what it is? The only reason I'm asking this, Riri, yeah, is because I'm just trying to gauge where people are gonna be if they're not involved in the attack. Do you understand what I'm
Really?
saying?
Really,
What-
1 second.
1 second, Peter.
Joe.
I'm 1 second.
Joe, you're the most pessimistic person ever, bro.
What am I doing? I'm asking questions, bro. Leave
You're
me
never
alone.
positive, bro.
Questions.
Never.
Bro, let me ask
Okay,
the questions, fam.
go on. I'll make.
What's wrong with you? Put back your picture and be quiet, man. What's wrong with you, blood? Blood clot. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, really, yeah. What if, yeah, that one person that we've bought is not involved as much as they should be, yeah? Actually, I haven't even asked you the question. How much time are you giving all 3 of them? Because my man said game week 1. How much time are you giving them before I ask
For
you
me,
that question?
I'm with Peter. Game week 1. Okay, so we have
Can I
Cunha.
ask you the question then? Hold on, let me ask you the question straight away then, so you can go straight into it. Yeah. If one of them don't hit the ground running, game week 2 or 3, are you done with them then? If say one of them have to get substitute twice, do you know what I'm saying? Before we scored goals, are you done with that person straight away? Because you're saying game week 1 as well.
No. Because
So what's the difference with that person?
So for me, and I've always said this, even when I have conversations outside of this community and just in real time, the Prem is the league. I don't care what nobody else says. They could F off. Like they could legit F off. The Prem is the league. If you can make it and do good in the Prem, you can go to any other league and perform. Like I say that all the time because of how hard the Prem is, you know, and how hard the players play in the Prem. So we have Cunha. Cunha is, as they say, Prem certified because he's been playing with Wolves now. How many seasons? 3 seasons? 4 seasons, Peter?
3,
seasons.
I think.
Right. We have Imbumo coming, and he's been with Brentford for a minute. Right? Gyökeres, you're a striker, bro. Strike. If you got a sniper in your battalion, brethren, even if that sniper used to be doing it for Egypt and he comes to the UK and he's a sniper, you a sniper, bro. It don't matter your location. You're shooting. You're not shooting to miss. You're shooting to hit.
Well, that's the argument that's been flying around. Let's just be honest.
What
now as
argument,
well.
bro? It's argument of virgins, bro. Twitter virgins. That's the argument, bro.
The virgin
I'm not
bro.
listening to no virgins, bro. Unemployed.
Bro, you don't know
Twitter
who's
tacticals.
who's not a virgin, bro. This is the thing that's been going on, brother. Listen to what I'm saying. This is the argument people have been coming up with when it comes to the situation with Gyökeres, yeah? Who says that he's doing in the Premier League? My man says he's not listening to virgins, you know. Brother. Big flex, big KG, big people with babies have said this. They're not virgins, fam.
No, they've not said that.
Big man with kids, bro. Big people with kids, fam.
They've not said this. Don't lie. I watch everything.
Peter, listen. Think about it. Yeah, there have been people, and not only that. Actually, when I was on United District, that devil podcast thing with the United District, yeah, those guys were saying that Gyökeres have been, people have been asking about how much he's actually going to be able to do it in the Premiership, because he only done it in the Championship and he actually didn't come into the Premiership. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what it's
The
called.
Championship is more physical than the Premier League, bro. That's my opinion. It's more physical.
Doesn't mean that it's actually going to is going to be able to score against higher level players, bro. There's a reason why the 3 teams that come up usually go back down.
Yo, I have a question. How come we never got Courts on this round table?
He's never awake. Do you know the funny thing is? I've invited him here many times. Ask him. He said
Court,
he's always working
pull
in the
up,
morning.
bro. You in the chat?
Yeah, for when you say it like that, he's in the chat, isn't it?
Listen, Joe.
Do you know what I mean?
If we sign Gyökeres,
In the invite.
I'm accepting bets from every single doubter, yeah. And I want to make money.
Not betting, Peter. It's not
No,
good for your health.
I'm so confident. Now this is a win. Like this is a win-win situation.
You know what? It's such a hard one to say in it, because realistically, like, everyone's in the same boat when it comes to it. Like, a Haaland comes from
he's in bed.
like that. It's not like you're saying, oh, because you saw Haaland doing it for Norway and doing it for Salzburg, you knew that he was going to be the guy that like. Sometimes you just have to. This is why my optimism is here, innit? Like, yes, I'm not saying game week 1 if he's not hit the back of the net, I'm thinking, what have we done? Because if that was the case, then Højlund wouldn't be playing the games that he's played now, innit? I'm just thinking to myself, if we get the Trinity, yeah, and they're going to do their thing, hopefully, yeah, yes, a lot depends on form, a lot depends on the run, a lot depends on the games, and if we can kind of get...
A lot depends on the service.
Yeah, on the service as well. But if those things can come and click into place, like, one of the main things is, don't get me wrong, we're not a side who create a million chances right about now anyway. But some of the times it has been a case of, if Garnacho took that chance or Højlund took that chance and slid in, then we're 1-0 up, the game changes. Like, there's been a few times, so we just need someone who is a killer. And yes, he might... Yeah, so go on, Ruth.
I just hope, I'm sorry, Leon. I just hope that he's the kind of...
Who said the Trinity?
Wajid?
Who said the Trinity?
Wajid is so jaded right now.
I went early.
Yo, Wajid is so jaded right now. Yo. He's on everything.
Leon,
like
bro.
Listen, you know
Leon,
what?
Bro.
But they're going to come back to this anyway, because when they're all banging in, yeah, and everyone's going to be like, oh, listen, so don't say nothing. Yeah, just get behind.
We won't say the Trinity, bro.
Get behind the team, get behind the squad.
Callum Best and
they're putting statues out there, yeah, then you remember this. You remember this day. Yeah.
Bro, I'm not remembering the Trinity, bro.
Might went a bit early, but there you go. You heard it here first, didn't it?
We have to be hopeful. Peter, you're the one that's breeding hope into this team. You want us to finish 4th and stuff to hit the ground running, bro. Hopefully they can.
I accept everything, yeah. But the Trinity is there's only one Trinity, bro. Like, we need to choose our words, yeah. I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah,
I just show a picture, bro.
Yeah, you show your
sometimes
picture.
I'm just like, son,
Trinity.
just build a bridge, walk right over it, bro. Like, at the end of the day, just build.
No,
a
real
bridge,
talk though.
right
Real
over
talk
it.
though. We have to.
He's using a vocabulary word, bro.
No, but real, being real. What's the point of being negative?
The big tree. Say the big tree. Like,
What's the point of being negative? What is the point of being negative? What is the point? I'm hoping that
as Joe, bro.
Because even the first game he scores a hat trick, then now he's the man. And as soon as he doesn't score in, because just the other day, Højlund goes on that run, and everyone's talking about Højlund's the guy, but now he's not the guy. So let's get it straight. Let's just be behind the team and do our thing. You get those 3 signings. There's more to happen, and there you go. The picture's there. It says it all. So that's where we're at. Say no more.
I don't listen. I like what I was going to say. I was going to say that I just want us to have a team that can break down low blocks, because we haven't been successful over seasons of doing that. Teams that play a low block, we haven't been able to unlock that and score on those teams at will. I need us to, rectify that very quickly, or we're going to be in trouble again. if we're out there and 20 minutes into the game, we look like we don't have an idea of what we need to do to get past certain teams' defense. Or the teams that put 7-8 men behind the ball. And
this is why it still does depend on signings, because obviously I still feel we need a 6. And then it's like, if that's still, because if Bruno's going to get dropped back deeper, that can't be working with Cass on a consistent basis anyway. So there's still work to be done. There's still work.
Garte, Kobe, there's other people there.
Okay, but do you have faith that he's gonna what? He's not playing Kobe with Bruno in there. He's not.
No, but we need to play. Like, bro, we'll be open up like a can of tuna, bro. If we play, bro, no. We have to play Ugarte just as because he does not have 99.99 pass accuracy as the scholars want to. You need to play Ugarte. Like, I don't know what's the beef with the scholars and Ugarte, but maybe I'm blind.
No, this is what I'm saying, Clinton. Why is Ugarte trash? I don't understand this.
Yeah,
I've
never
seen this guy as trash. This is what I'm saying about our fan base, though. Yeah,
bro, that's because our fan base lives in nostalgia, bro. It's just like just now, Leon used a regular word that's in a dictionary that you use to describe 3 things, and man went off and
man said I need a timeout and everything.
You can't use that word. It's only silent. This fan. You see what's under my name? That's how I see this fan base all day, every day.
The thing is, they watch PSG, they watch Barcelona, and then think every team can play like that. That's you cannot, like, we in our DNA we never had 3 techie, as they want to say, ballers in the midfield. We always had Michael Carrick. We always had Nicky Butt. We always had Roy Keane, the obvious one. We always had Ugarte. We always had Casemiro. Like, we always have that one destroyer in the midfield. But they're obsessed with the idea of, I don't know, Barcelona football, Pep Guardiola football. Pep Guardiola ruined football, and that's it.
Well, I mean, I'm tired of it.
And there's the argument that Pep has ruined the game based on how he plays. Like,
everyone wants to copy him.
People who say that, like, he's ruined the game with the systems that he plays. It's not free flowing football. So, I mean,
it's dead. It's dead, boring.
Right. Football. So that's what I'm saying. So I don't.
Look,
I don't know, man.
The style of football thing, I'm not even a big fan of, we need a style of play, that we need to see amazing style of play before we see wins. I want to see wins. I don't care how we win right now. Wins are the most important things to me. When people were saying towards the end of the season, you guys just want to see the ball in the back of the net. That's all you care about when it comes to football. I'm like, well, isn't that what football's all about? Put the ball in the fucking back of the net. Stop playing about. I want to see you pissing about on the fucking field, passing it back and forth to each other, passing it back to the goalkeeper, passing it, making it look nice. So you got 99% pass accuracy, but no fucking goals. What a waste of my time. Why am I watching the football match? Do you know what I mean? I'm not here for that. What I'm trying to say to you is win some games. This is why I've had a problem with everybody this season that's been telling me that I need to wait because I'm seeing something build. I'm like, I ain't seeing shit, man. I'm not seeing no fucking wins. Yeah.
Everyone was talking about Onana.
You're one of them, telling me to believe in this manager, like, for some reason. But anyway, I'm here because you guys said that he's got something cooking next season, and I feel a little bit sorry for him, because of the situation he's in. But I'm telling you right now, like you said though, you see Peter, that you put them expectations on him. I find it crazy because he's been in this situation this season, and he's been so shit, with a team that I didn't think he should be so shit with, Now next season, you expect him to jump so much levels from 15th to top 4, solid top 4, just because he ain't got no Europe and because he's got this front 3 that he's manufactured together this season.
It's one game a week, bro. You have 1 week to prepare for one opponent, while they play in midweek against I don't know who.
Bro, I'm here with you. He better get a top 4 in it. Don't get me
Top four,
wrong,
bro,
bro.
minimum.
Trust me, but I'm here on a pessimistic thing, like you said, innit, fam? I'm here on a
You're
he
always,
fucks
always,
up,
always,
man.
always.
Yeah, don't watch that. Don't worry. I'm gonna do what I do, like you said. Be pessimistic, Joe.
Do
I'm
you, bro? Do
pessimistic.
you?
I mean, they're already saying that they're bringing the team down from what 31 players to 22 players or something like that.
Mhm.
They're already saying that that's what they're looking to do based on the fact that we only, for the most part, outside of FA Cup and what was the other one that's called now? Because I used to call it the
Carabao
Carabao.
Cup.
Right. I still call it the Carabao, but I don't know. I think they call it something different now. But yeah, between those, outside of the Prem, those are the only two other competitions that we're in. So yeah, definitely he's gonna have more time on the pitch. He's gonna have with the players, in training and stuff like that, things that he's been asking for. So I would definitely, that's why I said top 6. I don't like somebody put in the chat earlier, Aston Villa only scored 10 goals more than us or whatever the case may be, and they were battling for Champions League. Yeah, they were battling for Champions League for 5th. You know what I mean? So the way Champions League go now, if we hit 5th, we make it in, depending on who wins the
coefficient.
It's not the same story at all, but it was only the other day, and once again, it's not like I'm trying to kind of paint a story like it's going to happen, but it's only the other day when Leicester are going from nearly getting relegated. And I'm not saying winning, no. That's why when I hear that we can't finish, like we should only be aiming for like top 10. Like, what are we talking about? What are we actually talking about?
Yeah, top 10. Yeah, bro.
Yo, one of these days we gotta get that brother on this show, bro. Like legit, get him on this show.
He's just gonna cuss me. Because I'm only gonna cuss him, to be honest. But anyway, what would I say to him? I hate you. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, I hate everything. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you
need
talk.
to go.
I would just say it. I would just be anyway. Let me not get into that.
You need to arrange a misfits, bro. Misfits.
But I wish the people were throwing eggs and things and tomatoes at him. I hope I had something to do with that. I swear to God. I hope I had something to do with that. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh man. No, but bringing it back to what we're talking about. So the window closes tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
You guys are a little ahead. So tomorrow, at what time does the window close?
Isn't it like? Is it 5?
12. Was it 12 or 7? It's like
I don't know.
Midnight.
12:07.
12.
That's just
12 or 7. I said.
Oh, 12 or 7.
Yeah. It's either an evening thing or a midnight thing. 1 second.
But I don't think the Here We Go will be just after the start of the second part of the transfer window.
7.
I was right. 7. Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
So that means we got, what time is it by you now? Not even 24 hours left.
Yeah.
Not even 24 hours. And they're still trying to negotiate like a price for Mbumo.
No, you can, but now you can like agree, but you cannot register them for the 6 days.
Okay.
But I think Mbuemo will be from the 16th to the 20th, and Gyökeres will be from the 20th to the 1st.
So we all know that Cunha and Mbumo ain't got nothing to do with selling players, yeah? Now,
yeah, we already had 125.
Yeah, do you feel though that's going to take some selling or some guarantees out before we get your favorite guy, Gyökeres?
So I watched the Muppeteers, and James said he does not depend on sales. I don't know how true that is, but if that means we need to sell someone and to get him, Garnacho, start learning Chinese, start learning Arabic, start learning other languages, bro. Quickly. I need you gone, bro.
Oh, you say that. Oh, you know what? You said Garnacho. I wish you said a different player because I didn't want to switch to this yet.
Bro,
you know,
get that guy out.
But no, what? Hold on. Because the other part of the title is Garnacho to a Premier League team.
Yeah, he
Of
wants
course,
to
yeah,
stay.
send-
Feel about
let
that.
him
You
ruin
said
another club.
Garnacho now, so I'm going there now. Do you care then? Because you said learn Chinese, learn all these other languages. Why does keep learning English? Do you care if he goes to Premier League then? Do you care?
Let Ted Bowley do his thing, man. Let Ted Bowley do his thing. Take him. Because like seriously, like I don't. It's one of these things. A player like that could always come back to haunt you, innit? But I only want players who want to be here, and I only want players with the right attitude.
Listen, there was a conversation on UV today, and I can't remember the young man's name, but what he was saying was spot on. Literally, where Garnacho is concerned. James, right? James.
Puppeteers guy. Yeah.
It's right. So what he was saying about Garnacho, I've noticed that since this kid started playing first team, it's like an audition for him every game.
Yeah.
You know when kids are like in high school and they play a sport and they have scouts in the stands, and you know every game they try to put their best foot forward because they want the scout from the top college to give them a scholarship or whatever the case may be. I feel like this kid has always had that mentality where it's like, you know, I need to perform individually, you know,
to prove himself almost, like
right. In order for me
constantly playing for a move.
Right.
He's constantly playing with a move in his head. In order for me to get to the Barcelonas and the Real Madrids and the whatever, right? You can't be like that and play for Manchester United, because then you're not playing for the badge, you're playing for self. And as we always say, you gotta play for the badge. Do you feel? I think that a lot of people feel like Ronaldo was like that, though.
No,
no.
Let me finish saying what I'm saying. I didn't even get to the last bit. 1 second. The reason why I think a lot of these little kids try to emulate he thinks he's being like Ronaldo in his head. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's the problem.
I'm trying to get at.
That is the problem.
Being like Ronaldo by being selfish, but he's not realizing unless you've got that level of, I don't know, consistency, that you're never going to be able to claim what you're trying to do. You see that playing for the move all the time, really, like he's doing, playing to be noticed, playing for the move, playing for the adulation, he's never going to be a team player,
right?
No.
But that's to my point. Like I'm saying, like, you know, I'm not sitting here disputing that he doesn't have skill. He has skill. You know what I mean? And to Leon's point, he might go somewhere else and explode. Like, you know what I mean? And will be, you know, of course you'll have the fan base that does the revisionism and what's not. But I don't think that he's going to. I don't think that he's going. If he stays here, it's going to work out for him. He's got to go, because between him and his brother, and I think I've said this on here a couple of shows, that kind of behavior is not. It's not acceptable. It's unacceptable. You got spoken to in January about it. This is not the first time. You got spoken to in January. You came back. The manager gave you a chance, had a conversation with you, gave you a chance. And then your brother turns around and does the same thing again at the end of the season. And then you double down on it in the interview with the reporters. Yeah,
but the thing with Ronaldo, he had Roy Keane, he had Ryan, yelling at him, and he he just stayed quiet, did his job. Garnacho, if someone yells at him, he'll try to fight back, bro. Yeah, he'll try to fight back. Yeah,
Ignored.
bro. There's a difference
What
between.
Ronaldo said when he came back to this club. You heard what Ronaldo said, yeah, when he came back to this club.
Yeah.
And don't listen, yeah. So when he's there shouting at them, saying, "You man need to fix up," then who's this old man? Is he to? No, it's not how we run around here no more. And this is the difference I'm trying to say to you as well, yeah, with the whole level of understanding with these youngsters, yeah, and where their mindset's at when it comes to importance and consistency, yeah, because their level of importance and their level of consistency don't match their mouth, yeah. So Garnacho now, yeah. The thing is, someone asked me a minute ago in the chat, yeah, am I saying that Ronaldo wasn't a team player? Guess what? I wouldn't even say he was the biggest team player. No, if I'm being quite honest with you, I wouldn't say he was the biggest team player. He actually wasn't. He played a lot selfishly, but he had the level of consistency to back up his chat. So when people passed him the ball, he didn't look anywhere else. When he was in the box, when he was confident, you knew he was going to put it either in the back of the net, skill man up, or get a penalty, or he was going to do something of merit. Yeah.
No, but
and the difference between Garnacho, I'm sorry, but it is Garnacho just don't have the level of skill to back up his chat, fam. Ronaldo does and still does to this day. That's the funny thing.
We saw it in the game on Saturday. Oh, not Saturday. It's Saturday? Yeah, Saturday was the game. My days are just running into one at this point. Yesterday was the game, right?
It's a big run.
What game?
It does.
The Portugal against.
Oh yeah.
It was Sunday. It was Sunday.
Yeah, yesterday. Right. No, we saw it with him. 40 years old, man, putting in a shift. Like, you know what I mean? Like legit putting in a shift and playing how he's playing at 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? So there's not that many youths out here that I can actually foresee, you know, at still playing the game at that level at 40 or even playing at 40, you know what I mean? I don't see it.
With Ronaldo and Sir Alex, I think he allowed him to be that reckless, you know, like techie. We allowed Garnacho as well, but he's not as good. Like I remember Ronaldo losing the ball 50 times a game, but he still tried. Like Fergie didn't tell him stop doing that. Bro, what the
He
fuck?
did tell him to stop with the blood clot stepovers, though. Do you understand what? There was levels. There's a level of freedom you allow people to have, if you understand what I'm saying, yeah. Because I remember when Ronaldo first came, so fresh in my head, yeah. I will never forget it, yeah. He was a step over demon.
Yeah, 100 of those a game, 100.
And my manager said, "Stop that blood clot shit."
No,
right?
he didn't stop. No.
He told him. Bro, he did. He told anybody in the chat. Told me he didn't say that.
He did, and to be fair, I think I even see I see a piece with Rio and Ryan Giggs on Rio's channel, and they was talking about the same thing. But also when Ronaldo became more kind of, you know, prime Ronaldo, it was almost like this guy will win us the game. But when he first came, they had to kick that out of him. They said they had to, like, what are you doing? That's not how. You think Van Nistelrooy was having that? Van Nistelrooy wanted the ball in the box, so it weren't necessarily 100 stepovers, but he had to tone it. There was no way that big dad Sir Alex said, "Yeah, let's just carry on." No.
He gave him the confidence.
Yeah,
he told him.
But
I remember. I will connect this with basketball. Like I remember Jokic's coach when he was like 17, 16 here. He said, I was seeing the same passes, like he's doing, you know, behind the back, behind the head, behind this, behind that, and I didn't tell him to stop. I didn't, like coaches nowadays. If you do this kind of nonsense, like pass behind the head, pass behind the back, they take you out if you lose the ball. He told him to do it, but more effectively, and now he's the best player in the world because of those.
In your
passes,
opinion,
you know?
Say, in my opinion, he's the best player in the world.
No, he is the best player in the world.
Say, in my opinion, he's the best player.
In everyone who has two eyes.
We are on a platform. You have to say, in my opinion.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm
when it's
messing
come
with
like
him,
this
Joe.
now,
I'm messing with him. Peter knows I'm messing with him.
let me read this super chat quickly from AOJJ. AOJJ says, I just don't think you could talk about Garnacho without mentioning the system, without mentioning how the system's failed him. Controversial. Does he have his own what? Does he have his own fault? Yes. However, the system failed. Okay. Now, there's a lot of people that are gonna have a pushback on that one, yeah. I don't even know. I'm not going to talk about anything about
One second.
Amram's system. Yeah, I will not be the person to speak about Amram's system. No, yeah, go. It's fine, Peter. Go. Yeah, I'm not going to be the person to speak
I
about
bet
Amram's
you
system.
it's the cat. I don't know why that man adopted a cat, bro. Like legit, he's just.
I've got a cat, but my cat stays the hell away from me.
This, I'm telling you, this dude, like.
But
yeah, the cat. Fucking.
I told you. I told you.
Oh, she always takes a shit when I'm live, bro. Always takes a shit, bro.
Your cat is rude.
Disrespectful, bro.
Your cat is rude. But I actually forgot where I was. But no, you know what the funny thing is?
You were talking about Amarim's system and you're not saying anything about it.
Yeah, I can't be the person to say anything about Amram's system. So somebody who believes in Amram, please speak on it, yeah? Because system that's been put forward to me, I'm not confident in it, yeah? I'm not confident in it. As evidence has shown.
But you know what, Joe? But if I go to work and there's new systems put in place and I don't like them, my work ethic still have to be the same, right? I still have to kind of do my job and still have to have the right attitude, right? So I understand. Yeah, there is probably parts where that has failed him in terms of the system, where he wants to play, where he likes to play, adaptations. That's totally understandable. But what I don't like is just the main principle of I'm playing for this badge. I love this club so much that I'm going to do anything for it. And they're throwing the toys out the pram. And yeah, maybe if he had, going back to Peter's point before, when you look at Ronaldo had all those legends of the club there, teaching him, showing him, making him understand what it's like to be a professional. This kid's being frosted, played way too many games, more than he should have, and now he thinks he's the big cheese. And because he thinks he's the big cheese, he thinks he can push back and tell a man that he doesn't have to do something and argue with someone. It's just the little things where I just think it's gone too far. So whether the system's failed him or not, it's gone too far. What can we do with my man? Can't do it. You can't. It's just
no. But the thing is, I think like Amorim's long-term plan is playing possession-based football. Garnacho does not suit the possession-based football team, like Højlund as well. Like, sorry, but I know a guy who says Garnacho is better than Ahmad, which is for me fucking ridiculous. You have to be, in the head. They do not suit this kind of football, the possession-based football. Garnacho suits, when Bruno bombards the ball forward, he gets it first time touch, bombard the ball. He suits that kind of football. Yeah.
Behind,
like counter-attacking football. Yeah.
But do you know what though? He's a good guy to have off the bench energy, and this is one thing I want to say as well. Yeah, because when Leon said that, you want a guy that's going to give his all and not throw his toys at the pram and stuff like that. Yeah, if I want to be honest with you, Leon, I don't feel like Garnacho hasn't given his all this season. He might have given it all for himself, but I think he's always tried in matches. You can't say he's not tried. It's not like with
I don't think anybody sitting here.
I could never put him in the bracket of I could never put him in the bracket of like a Rashford.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's sitting here saying he's not tried or he hasn't.
Maybe it's more just
he hasn't put forward his best performance.
Yeah, and maybe the aesthetics of it behind the scenes, and sometimes it's just like we mentioned earlier.
I just think his attitude, and his
get pulled up on something in January about it, and then.
Yeah. Your attitude and your attitude and just the way you're approaching this on a personal level is not acceptable.
And also he's not physical
as a player of the club. It's not, your gripe. If you have a gripe with your gaffer, you go to your gaffer and you have a conversation with him. You don't go to the reporters and say what he said. That's right. Don't run off your mouth. Like, don't do that. Then you're definitely looking for a move, because now you've you've legit caused a strain on your relationship with the gaffer, and the gaffer don't, nobody's bigger than the club. We always say this. Every Man U fan says it. Nobody's bigger than the club. Bro, if you had to sit on the bench that day, you had to sit on the bench.
And then when you come on, you're playing for your.
When you come, like Ollie used to come on at what? The 91st minute, the 90th minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like nobody read it out loud. Yeah, I can see everybody looking at it right now. Nobody, don't you dare.
You can't put up that comment, bro.
The funny thing is, I went to put it up, and then I started creasing as I got halfway through it, I was like, whoa. I went like that, whoa. Like,
oh God.
Hey, don't talk like that for Boss's best friend, bro.
Yo, I never thought I would see like this season break Waj the way it has broken him, bro.
Yeah.
Like, legit broken Waj.
But you know what though? I feel the same way. That I don't listen. Yeah, the funny thing is the way Wajid feels. I guess that's why everybody's calling me such a negative mother effer this season, isn't it? Yeah, because I'm dead. I'm dead inside when it comes to this team. I've got no enthusiasm, none. Yeah, like I get a little bit excited when I see the signings and I'm hoping for the best. Yeah. But it's just hope. It's literally just hope. There's no proof within what I'm saying. Like, Peter believes.
But this what I want people to realize, and I don't think people, and I guess it's a human thing, and it's human nature. This decline has been coming. Like it didn't happen just this season. Like the way people speak about this season is like we were up here and then all of a sudden we just fell off a cliff. No, we've been sliding down that cliff for a minute without any stronghold to hold ourselves up. We've been coming down. It's been coming down.
100%.
But I guess the sudden hit, the sudden drop has legit woken some people up to the fact that we've been on the decline for like since
been on the decline for 12 years.
Because what was masking it before was the Ollie finishes, the finishes. Like it's not been a surprise, is it? Really, when you think about it.
People talk about scumbagging a game. We've been scumbagging seasons after seasons after seasons. Like legit, think about it. We've literally been scumbagging and papering over the cracks. The FA Cup last year papered over the cracks for that season. We didn't have a great season last year.
No,
it's almost like Joe said. It's the hope. It's the hope that kills you, innit? But it's like, what do you do, Joe?
And this is not a discussion to say about the managers. We're not comparing managers. I'm just saying the team on the whole, Manchester United, has been on the steady decline under whatever manager you want to say, but it's been a steady decline. What has been saving us for a couple of seasons is the individualities or the individualism of certain players.
That's the reason why. But that's the reason why we've been on a steady decline. Because Manchester United, not as a fan base, as a football club, became Player FC. As a whole football club became focused on getting people's instas higher, getting people's socials up, getting people out there. Everybody's got to look good to the community, but nobody's actually playing football well. Nobody actually cared about the football that was being played on the pitch. Too many times we've finished, like you said, 6th, 3rd, and then in Champions League, out of Champions League. But there was no consistency and no one gave a crap as long as there was a bucket full of money coming in and there was a special name being bought every season, because that's all we was. A special name. Which special name you're gonna buy this month? Do you get what I'm saying? That's what this season. Which special name is it going to be? Whether it be an old name, Ibrahimovic, whether it be a new name, Pogba, whether it be do you know what I'm saying? There's all these names that
Smoke and mirrors, bro. Smoke and mirrors.
always had to be a marquee signing each season. Yeah. Now, F all the marquee. Even to be fair, this season we're still making a marquee signing. Gyökeres is the one.
We have to.
But all I'm saying to you is we're not Galactico no more.
Yeah, but at this point, it's at this point with this marquee signing, it's a necessity.
Some people have said against that. It's actually a dividing.
Bro, we need a striker. Regardless, we need a striker. It's a necessity.
So many people say they want a 6 first. It was Flex that I was arguing with on Sunday night, saying that he wanted a 6 before Gyökeres. People are saying it. It's not me. I said Gyökeres. Flex said he wanted a 6 first. Out of his mouth. Like there are other people that agreed with him on the panel. Yeah, it's not just me. Some people think that we need a 6 before we need the Gyökeres to create the chances to solidify that midfield role to make sure that it's getting up to the striker first.
So did you ask him if we need a 6? So then he's putting what, Bruno in the 8th?
They're both 8s. Both positions in the midfield are 8.
Some people like to play 2 8s. You know, people see the system however they want to see it in their head, right?
No. I hear you. I'm just asking if you rebutted his comment.
What my rebuttal to it was the fact that we have players already for that system, for that role. Either you use Ugarte, either you use Kobe, either you use what's the other kid I said? Collier. Obviously, he's not the one that's ready. But I'm saying you have players that you can rotate in that position. And even Casemiro, big experience, yeah. What I'm getting at is I don't feel like it was a necessity. Yeah. That means you really don't rate Kobe as well, is what I said to him. Right. But then there was saying that Kobe's more of a Bruno replacement than a 6.
Why do people say that though?
Yeah, I think as well. I think that will be the case. Like Bruno does not have. Like how many years do you give Bruno on the top level?
But you're saying that Kobe is that replacement?
Probably.
Yeah, slowly.
I would agree with that too, though. Kobe is that kind of techie guy who could probably do maybe just the long range passing and maybe the long range shooting, because I think that's probably what's missing out of his bag for the Bruno category. But he's still yet to grow. We don't even know if he can bang shots like that yet. He's yet to try.
He needs to work on his physicality, his agility. He needs to work on those things. Everything else is fine with him. Like he needs to hit the gym, hit the gym. I need to hit the gym as well. I'm telling other people to hit the gym. I need to hit the gym. So Kobe will both hit the gym, and we'll go from there.
All right, then. I want to see the journey, Peter. You told him to hit the gym. You're going to hit the gym together. So the same way you want to see him looking, you should be looking by the time season starts.
God will.
Game week 1 for you.
Game week 1. I'm there. You said Garnacho gave his all. Everyone here will gave our everything for this club. Like if we're put in a position, we'll give our everything. But that everything is not good enough. Same as Garnacho. He gives his all. It's not good enough.
Yeah, but I don't. Giving your all. Sorry, Riri. Sometimes I feel giving your all. There's 2 ways of giving your all. There's a selfish way, and there's giving yourself up unselfishly, if you know what I mean, like for the team. Yeah, I know that might sound a bit mad. Oh, is someone? Hold on.
What did is in the chat? Yo, Waj, please hit the link and come in here, bro. Like,
hit the link and come in, bro. But don't say nothing wild.
Hit the link and come in here, bro.
But even if he says, I'm gonna have to lock him off. If he says, he could have said F sake more than he can say that word. Yeah. But anytime he goes, I'm gonna have to lock him off. I don't know what he's gonna do, but anyway, but no, yeah. There's 2 ways of giving yourself, giving your all in it. You can give your all for yourself or give your all for the team. And I don't believe that he was giving his all for the team, and that's why he looked so bad. Like if instead of making that final decision, that all important decision in the final third, yeah. If he was making more of those important decisions correctly, rather than taking a shot. You know, if he found this guy who maybe he could have maybe passed the ball back to him, or maybe passed the ball off and let someone else score, so he's got better GL, you know, he's got more assists, whatever. That's giving you all and still being noticed, but being noticed for something else. But he wants to be, that's what he wants to be.
Bro,
and
when you got senior players looking at you crazy like they want to beat you up right on the pitch, you know you're doing something wrong, bro. Like you're lit. No, I'm dead serious. And this year, I think Casemiro had enough of him, bro. Like Casemiro had enough of him. Bruno has done it before too. I know some people don't watch all of that stuff that's going on in the game, but I catch all of that. Bruno on many occasions, like legit be yelling across the field at him, bro.
And to be fair, Bruno's called him out indirectly sometimes as well.
Yeah, and if you got senior players, your captain yelling at you, and you still turn around a minute later and do the same shit again, bro, you don't care. You're not for this team, bro. You're not for this team.
No,
like, yo, if Roy Keane was in the captaincy and he was doing that, he would have got 2 foot tackled, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, Roy Keane, he would have never messed with Roy Keane, bro. The amount of boots or drapes ups he would have got, in the dressing room would have been undocumented. He would have thought HR. He would have had to call HR, bro, and say, I'm being bullied in my own dressing room, and then they would have said, I don't care, get out, but, Peter, we need to get back to that age, I swear, sometimes, I'm sorry.
No, but so if you see that on the pitch, because we're always saying, oh, we need leaders on the pitch. We have leaders on the pitch. These guys are literally looking at this young man, 20 years old, and saying, bro, we've been doing this a little longer than you. Yeah. Don't do what you're doing. Do something else. And this dude is looking at them and being like, I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. You can't be a part of this team because I don't think Amarim just said, he's got to find another team just because of him. I think it's other players on this team that are looking at this kid and being like, yo, this is not it. He's not playing team ball. He's not listening. He's just out here doing what he wants to do. And that leads to toxicity in your dressing room. So before that happens, it's like, you have a toe that gets infected. And if you don't cut it off, you liable to get sepsis. Your toe gotta go, bro.
You will lose leg. Yeah.
It's not even like we're hearing like he's the last one off the training field and whatever. To me, I think he thinks I'm the finished article. Like I'm the guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the impression, the attitude that I get from him. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's the end of the road. I just don't feel like there's a place that it can work out for him. And
no, JJ, I think JJ was correcting you.
Yeah. I was just about to read this out. Ayo, JJ says, apologies, I'm not talking about Amram's system. I was talking about United's footballing structure. No leadership, mentorship within the team. That's what he was saying when he said this.
He is lacking that. And don't get me wrong, he is lacking. We just spoke about that realistically. He's not got a Roy Keane to this ain't happening.
But he does, but to my point, he does have leaders on the team. He's just not listening.
He's just not listening to them.
Like legit, I'm telling you, everybody knows about that death stare Casemiro gave him, bro. Like legit. So that can't be just one instance that all of a sudden out of the blue, Casemiro is just staring him down like he wants to like rip his head off his shoulder. It has to be that there's been instances where there's been conversation that said, bro, what you're doing?
There's the public things that we already know about.
Because it's like your parents.
Yeah. So hold on. Casemiro, Bruno, we've seen Bruno tear him out, and Leon, you even said that he's giving the subliminal ones,
he's done that.
Indirect ones, sorry, We all know the managers had a straight up beef with him, told him where to go and he had to work his way back into the team, And did I say who else? There was one more. But either way, and then we know that he had problems with Ten Hag as well. So there's 4 incidents, and there was somebody else, but I can't remember. But either way, that's just 4 incidences I've said there already that this guy's problems with people. Oh, and Cristiano Ronaldo has already said when he came back to the team, these men don't listen. Yeah, they don't listen. The younger generation here just do not listen. Yeah, so I'm counting that as 5 incidences since I've known Garnacho to be in this.
Look, and what Mac is saying, I've seen Licha do it too with him. Like Licha's also giving him like the look, like, bro. So if you got senior players who've done this, who've been doing this, trying to talk to you and behind the scenes that we don't know about, because let me tell you something, that Casemiro stare gave me PTSD, because that stare is like when you in the supermarket and you behaving at a certain thing and you asking for stuff and your mom's like, relax, and you're still going and she's like,
that look means when you get home,
exactly,
or back to the car, you might not even make it out of this supermarket if you keep on going. Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. So when you see that, you know that there've been conversations before. Like these men have talked to him before. You know what I'm saying? And listen, like I said, I wish the kid all the best wherever he goes. I hope he gets to the level that he thinks he's supposed to get to, but not here, bro. Not here.
See, I don't wish him the best. I don't want to be honest with you. See, no. I'm gonna be honest with you though. To be honest with you, Riri, people with that kind of mentality, yeah. If you haven't learned why you're in my circle, then F off. I don't care. I've tried to teach you. People in your circle have tried to teach you. You get to that point where I can't do no more for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then I don't wish you the best. I wish you the worst. Because if you continue with that shit attitude, into the next
like also
you're a cunt. That's just
like also on UV earlier today, James did say it could go either or. Like he could just continue to fall off based on his attitude and get to where Sancho is right now, or he can ascend, change up some shit, take this as a lesson, you know what I mean? And be like, yo, I gotta pull my bootstraps up and ascend.
He ain't gonna take this as a lesson. He ain't gonna take this as a lesson, and I tell you why. Because he's thinking he's getting a move. My man said, "Fuck you, we were shit this season, and you know what? I want to fucking leave. You man are shit. Piss off. I'm going to a better team. Arsenal, Chelsea. Fuck you, man." That's what he said. That's basically what he said. Yeah, fuck this tour as well. I don't want to sign this shirt. Why is this man looking at me funny? Move. Why am I standing here? It's fucking hot, blood. That's what he was saying. He's done. He's done. And he thinks he's getting a better move away from us. That's what he feels. Trust me. That's the situation in his head. The sea all over his head.
Yeah. Bro, my main thing though, to be fair, like I've been watching, I know everybody's excited about Mbumo and Gorkarez. I'm more on the other side. I'm more on the sell. Like I am not hearing no movement, brethren. Like I'm not hearing no conversations. And I'm not saying they're not having it, but I would feel a lot lighter if you was actually just seeing something. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like legit, okay, Manchester United is in talks with Inter or Juve or whoever was interested in Rasmus. Like, you know what I mean? You're not, and not from reputable sources, I should say, because you're seeing the crackhead sources on X or whatever, but like reputable sources you're not hearing, and that is what gives me anxiety. You know what I mean? We're gonna get these two signings over the finish line. I have confidence in that, because based on what they're saying, we don't need the sales of these players to get these two players. So it's just negotiation that needs to take place. That's what it is. But for the selling portion of it, bro, I got to hear something, bro. At least one of them, like just one. I want to hear, here we go, Rashford to wherever, the moon, like one. Just, you know what I'm saying? That's for me. I don't know about anybody else, but that's where I've been this last week with all of this.
I think it's because of the short window, though. Reason why we haven't heard anything.
That's my only hope. That's my only hope. So I'm thinking the sides who are involved in this.
End of financial year.
Yeah, it's just so. But I know what you're saying, Riri. There's been nothing like to kind of grip on. Like this might be happening with Rashford. This might be happening with Sancho. It's more like I heard some speculation about West Ham wanting Sancho. He ain't going. He's not going. See what I mean? It's like random. I need to hear something concrete.
You know what though? But that's it. The thing is, yeah, I do feel like we're gonna have some problems moving on some of these people. That's why I've said about be careful.
But that's where my anxiety is. You see what you just said there,
yeah,
bro?
yeah.
I don't want to see Sancho on our bench come next season, brother.
If they don't do something quick though, that's what I worry about, because he's one of the Dortmund is probably our only saving grace when it comes to Sancho. I swear to God. But that if it wasn't for Dortmund, I would have been even more worried. Yeah, but they seem to have the special love relationship with him that he's their baby, innit? He can always come back whenever he wants. Yeah, so
Dortmund doesn't want him back, Joe.
Well, listen, if they don't take it back, then I'm even more worried for you. Since you're going to be seeing the guy you hate every week or something.
You know what it is? I don't hate him, because hate is a very strong word. Hate is a very strong word.
Dislike them.
I just don't want him in our team. He's toxic. He is just like, or worse than Garnacho. He is toxic, bro. Chelsea was willing to sign this man, but he refused to take like a cut in his pay. Bro, you haven't done anything. You ain't pulling up trees, bro. Like, you legit ain't pulling up trees. Bro. You out here asking, but you ain't pulling up no trees.
But if he can sit at home and play PlayStation and just collect the bag for Man United, though, innit? He don't care,
bro. So then we gonna have. But okay, so think about this. Think about this, right? Rashford's claiming he only wants Barcelona, right? Sancho, nobody wants him. Not even people, the aliens on Mars probably want him, right? Shaw's not going anywhere. So we got three English players on the book, collecting money, doing nothing, because Amram's not going to play Rashford. I don't think he's going to play Sancho. And Shaw, bro, he's collecting pension from his mother or whoever.
This is the thing, yeah. This is the thing, though, Riri, yeah. With that being said, at least we can just buy forward, because, you know, we've got half the quota in the medical bay. Do you know what I mean? Because we have to have at least 7, isn't it? 7 English players on the books, right?
Yeah.
First
yeah.
Which is like the most insane rule I've ever heard, bro.
Yeah. It's a way to make sure you have talent from the English still coming through.
What is Watch saying? Watch has been giving me life today on this show, by the way.
I have to read everything in totality before I put up a Wadji comment these days. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look who pulled up. Okay, we got a guest. We got a caller. We got someone who's pulled up to give their opinion on the situation. Let's get someone else's opinion on what we've been talking about before we wrap up the show, guys. Kiane, calling at the last minute, brother. Oh, God.
Yeah, I thought I'd take it home or bring it home. This panel is in dear need of some leadership. God damn. I'm just playing.
I just want to be a community, bro.
You need Hulkin. You need Hulkin as well.
Oh shit.
You know? Go on.
Anyway, you guys have done a great job. Sorry?
What's your opinion?
On the Garnacho issue,
my friend?
I wish the kid good luck. You know, like, I don't really want to dwell too much on the Garnacho issue. I feel like that youngster had he gave everything he could give to the club. You know what I mean? He was played more than he should have played as a youth. He came out at the time when United was lacking some leadership in that dressing room. He held it. You know, he's been playing well. Like, every time he came, he played football. He was our only outlet for a long time. So I wish him well. And I don't really want to talk much of. He's a kid, you know, like, he's young, he's immature. So, and we kind of let him down as a club. ourselves. So I don't know. I don't understand where a lot of Manchester players are like fans, especially are like going in on him, like, no, let me push you out the door. Da, da, da. That's a kid, man. He's only 20 years old, bro. Like he scored the Puskas goal. He scored the FA final. He's carried the team as being the only outlet by the age of 20. These are things that are made of dreams, man. The least you can do is just wish him luck and let him go well than saying all these heinous negative things online. That's why I've always never supported that from what happened. You know how I stand about Garnacho, and I just want to wish him
someone
well.
disrespects you, bro. If
No,
someone
relax.
disrespects
No,
you
you have
in
to
your
ask.
own house, standing in your clothes that you put on their back, and you're gonna let them just disrespect you and leave your house without giving them a good talking to or a good slap around the back of their neck, fam? Are you being serious?
No, but you're acting as if it's
That's
your
what's
own.
happened. This you has been living in
No,
our
it's his
clothes,
yard
bro.
too. But
Respecting us.
you see what I'm saying? It's people like you. You're acting like it's not Garnacho's yard too. You see, you're trying to
It's
be
not
too.
his yard, fam. He's not
It's
his
yard.
yard.
It's his yard too. Bro, come on,
Nah,
man. You're
bro,
trying to
he's at
be.
the adoption center, bro. He's at the adoption center, bro.
No,
it's
you know when
not
you're
his
growing
yard.
up, yeah.
Respect.
You know when
You check.
you know when
You
you're
check.
growing up and
You
your mum
check.
cooks you food and your mum
Listen,
cleans
Joe
your
Blackman.
How?
Joe Blackman. Joe Blackman. Like, listen, bro. Joe Blackman is playing like one of those overgrown people in the house that don't want to move out, claiming they are the
Manchester
mom.
United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
Joe,
No, but I wanna
Joe,
ask
stop
Tani,
being the overgrown brother that don't want to move out the house because they're mom's favorite. I'm the favorite. Hell no. Garnacho also is a part of United. Stop it, Joe. Don't
That makes
go out
no
there.
sense what you said,
What
fam.
you mean make no?
Bro,
You're trying to say like he's not.
Okay, hold on. So
What
if
were
I
you
live in my
saying?
mum's house, hold on. If I live in my mum's house, bro, yeah, like you said, the overgrown kid that lives in his mum's house. Is it my house?
Yeah, the over.
No.
But
I wanna
yeah,
ask something.
Not your
it's
house.
not your house.
Not your
It's not your
house.
house.
It's not
It's your
my
mom's
house.
house.
Wanna-
It's your
It's
mother's
not
house.
bro.
It's not your
You're
house.
living in our yard, bro. You're in
Man.
Manchester United's yard, fam.
I
So
wanna
when
ask
you're
something. Yeah, I wanna ask something.
You see
you've got rules
what
to
I was
follow.
saying,
Why do you think they sign
Leon?
contracts and they're not allowed to
Are you
say
seeing the
certain things?
mentality I was saying?
I wanna ask
Listen,
something. Yeah,
No.
I'll be quiet. Go on.
What?
I wanna ask Kani, how did Garnacho carry this team?
What do you mean, carry? I said he did what he could do. He
No,
scored
you said
goals. He was-
you said he carried the team. You said it.
Yeah, especially when. How did he carry? By being available for over 30-something games in a
He's
season.
not
What are
carrying
you
the team.
talking about?
Bruno is carrying the team. He's not carrying
No,
the team.
but listen, like Peter, listen. Being availability is also a very good attribute in football. Okay, one of the people that was the sold out kid from our academy, Rashford, wasn't doing crap. Garnacho was the one. That's why we had to play a kid at 19 so many games, burning him out. Now you stand out there trying to be ungrateful, calling him names. What are you talking about?
Kenny, do you have
You
that
can you can be available, but you can be shit at the same time. So
do you have
why
that?
is that?
Well, still, then you're just.
Do you have
then
that
Peter,
same
you're
love?
just like.
I know it's
we're
not the
just-
same
What are we
scenario,
talking
Kenny,
about now, then?
But
Peter?
do you have
Like, we're
that
just-
same love for Sancho and Rashford in that same scenario in terms of wish them very well?
No, I don't. We're not talking about
So,
Sancho and
but
Rashford.
what we're saying is that we should.
But they exhibited similar behavior.
That's why I'm going that route. because
Now
they-
their behaviors are far much different from what Garnacho's done. You can't compare Sancho and Garnacho's behavior. That's crazy. What are you doing? You can't compare the two.
Okay.
You can't.
That's it.
Johnny.
No, like
Wait.
how are you gonna put Garnacho
Wait,
and
hold up.
Hold up. For
Petulant.
real, guys. Have some
Wait,
sort of respect for
hold up,
Garnacho here as well, guys.
hold up.
Garnacho. What? Respect for Garnacho.
What? In comparison to Sancho,
he
you guys are
disrespect
full of
us.
shit. You're full of shit.
Respect for
That is
Garnacho. Respect for the one who
petulance,
disrespect us.
bro.
Yeah. What's the
Respect
hell?
for the one who
Levels of
disrespect us.
petulance. Petulance is petulance.
What I'm saying is that my question is this: you guys are going to compare Sancho and Garnacho honestly?
Connie, let me ask you
That's a
something.
disgrace.
Let me ask you something. Is
That's a
petulance
disgrace.
is petulance not petulance? There's no level of
It's the same
petulance. You're either
shit.
petulant or you're not petulant. Am I right?
Nah,
No,
but
no,
other
not
people-
but. There's no but. Yes or no?
No, but you can't. There's no such thing. You can't force that. Like, come on, man. Riri, you cannot force a yes or no an answer on that situation.
On
You know,
whether
context
petulant
context matter. Garnacho has been there. You cannot compare Jordan Sancho and Garnacho. Period. And if that's what you're doing, I'm not even going to entertain this conversation.
If you're petulant, and
Yeah.
if you're petulant regardless. I'm not speaking on talent. I am not speaking on what they did for the
But
club.
I'm speaking
on their behavior.
I'm speaking on their behavior
Petulant
as well.
behavior.
I was asked a question, Riri. I was speaking on their behavior as well. You are trying to isolate an attribute or a simple trait of petulancy within them and make it as the entirety of their behavior.
But that is what we were discussing.
It's not.
How they need to be treated if they're petulant. That is what we were discussing, not their talent, not how much goals they've scored.
But I'm answering a question I was asked, Riri. What you're discussing and a question that Leon asked me is two different things. He asked me if I could I think of these others in the same light. I said no, because they can I.
But the question he was asking about that is regarding their petulance. It's not about.
But then ask him to phrase the question properly.
Okay.
Regarding
Well, then
the petulance.
Riri's just rephrased it. She's articulated it quite well.
For me, what I get at is that in the entirety of the situation of Jadon Sancho and Garnacho, those are two different situations. And the other one for me is far worse than the other. I don't think Jadon Sancho and Garnacho's issue is fair on what Garnacho has done to be put in the same sentence as Jadon Sancho. Period. And I stand on business when I speak that. Take it wherever, to the wheel, to the what. Fair. I don't care.
That's your opinion, and that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
One, fight.
Right, now we can begin. Yeah, I've got. That was round.
Let me grab some water.
One, yeah? No. Time for
round 2. Fight.
Right now, Kenny, I want to tell you. Yeah, this is round 2, bro. Yeah, watch this. I'm telling you this right now. First things first. I've calmed down. I've heard what you've had to say, bro. Okay. And the fact that you're telling me that you cannot compare the two people's situations, yeah, is even I can compare all three situations. In fact, yeah, Rashford's, Garnacho's, and Sancho's. They're all three in the same boat because they run their mouth too much, bro. Yeah, and what do you think happens? What do you think happens when you go to that level of disrespect? And it's not just disrespecting the manager, disrespecting the club. You cannot come out in a press conference and go, we played shit this season. Who the fuck are you talking to, blood? Yeah? And who the fuck are you talking about? You live in my house under my rules, and the contract said you cannot say that shit in public. So therefore, you've broken the rules, you little petulant shit. Come here, you're lucky I ain't got a beef throw in your fucking head. No, bro. Joe. Watches TVs, fam. That's why the manager watches TVs, because little bitches are too rude. Let me stop.
You know, Luke Shaw. We all hate Luke Shaw, but he had the cheek. Luke Shaw had the cheek to come out and apologize to all the fans, whether we like him or not.
Yeah.
He didn't apologize to nobody. He said me, and crashed out. Bro, apologize to the fans, bro. Apologize for the lost final. He didn't say anything. He said the manager, me. The team was shit, me, and left. Bro, apologize to the fans. Who the fuck are you, bro? With all due respect, I'm nobody, but who the fuck are you, bro? That's all I want to say.
Let me know when all you're done.
You can go, Ken. So I really want to hear what you got to say, to be honest.
Yeah, Joe just started ranting. I don't even know where he was getting at. I'm going to give him an opportunity to ask a question. He's on mute, bloody Sunday League level YouTuber.
He did ask you the question.
Oh my God! You the whole time.
No,
okay,
but the thing is that the question, you muffled your own question out of the rant. So now respectfully ask the question.
Respectfully, respectfully.
Fuck
you. How about that?
No. Joe, bring him back.
Joe, don't do this.
Bring him back and ask him the question. He went to get water. No. Wait, stop. Joe, relax. Relax.
You, Kenny. Good
Relax.
night, everybody. It's
Bring
been a
him.
Drop a bomb, 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 bomb.
Back with a vengeance. KG's back with an entrance. Big up to those in attendance.
Look at this.
Reds come together like Tetris. No rules, this one's reckless. KG, this one's crazy.
You're too look at this.
None can compare with the KG done. Better take cover when he drops that.
Bomb,
Going
bomb,
on reckless, trust it's on. It's that time when he drops that.
Bomb, bomb. I said drop a bomb, Dad.